All righty. Remember how we have the volume, audio output. Okay. Can you all hear me? You can. Okay, but I cannot hear you. And okay, that's okay because I don't think it'll matter much. I'm going to share screen. And I'm going to need to know if you all can see my PowerPoint slides, because I may have to go out and come back in. Can you see? Use the slideshow. All right. Can you see my slides? No. Okay. Hold on. Let me go out. Stop share. And then go back to share. Okay. Can you see them now? All right. All right. Let's roll because I've been asked this question. I'm being recorded. If I want to put this on YouTube, my YouTube channel, then I will need to be very cautious about my language tonight. So I think you'll be able to figure it out, but I've been asked quite a bit about how people can detox from a certain J. Got it? J. And so also how to detox from being, let's say, exposed to the J and the other things that are in the JJ. All right. You guys got my language, right? Okay, we're gonna talk about JJ tonight. So menus that meet and greet the hard challenges. And I'm doing this class tonight because I've done some research and I've done some parallel research because I always like to cross-reference my research. And this is what I landed on that is a powerful menu to help people to detox from this. So let's start diving in and rolling in. Okay. All right. I always like to start with the word because the word is eternal. The word is powerful. The word never returns void. The living word, John 8:12. I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the what? Light of life. And that's why you're at the class here tonight. And we're connecting and gathering because we want light to shine, don't we? I don't want to be in the dark. I hate being in the dark. When I was a kid, I hated the dark. That's why somebody invented a nightlight to solve a problem about people that don't like to be in the dark. So it's the same thing spiritually. When we're in the dark spiritually, we get in trouble, right? We get in trouble because we go places we shouldn't be going. We do things we should, and we get involved with people and things, and we make decisions that we shouldn't be making decisions about our body, our mind, our spirit, our soul, every part of us, because we're in the dark. Well, the Bible says that as we see darkness approaching on the planet, and as we see that darkness getting darker, we should be getting closer to the light. And who's the light? Jesus Christ is the light. Yay, you guys are sharp. So I'm going to give you a list. You can write these down. This is a list of what's in the JJ. The things you're going to have to deal with. The things you're going to have to detox from. The things that are going to have to be expelled out of the body. These are the things. I got some of this stuff from Anthony Patch. Anybody here know Anthony Patch? I know Rim does. Anthony Patch is probably the foremost researcher on JJs. And he is quite amazing. I have some of his books. And when somebody was doing an interview about 2-3 years ago, when all that buzz was going on, they wanted Anthony Patch because Anthony Patch has put more hours in this research. So this is a list from Dr. Anthony patch, and it talks about graphene oxide is the #1 culprit. #2, the spike proteins. #3, nanotechnology. #4, hydrogel. #5, a luciferase. So does that sound really sketchy? Remember, what's the Bible say? That Lucifer will come as an angel of what? Light. But behind the facade and the mask of light is going to be what? A gross darkness. Gene editing tool, that is also what's in it, and software of life. This is a list from Dr. Anthony Patch. So these are the things that we need to address in the body if we have been exposed to this. So I just want to be able to help people, because innocent people were innocent of this, and they made decisions not based upon a full disclosure of information. You know, the Bible says if it's a partial lie, it's a whole lie, right? So if information is deliberately being withheld from you, is that not deception? And isn't that how the Lucifer operates? Okay, absolutely. So we're going to actually address all of these issues here that could possibly be causing a lot of challenges that people are having today that were exposed to this. So what I understand is that it's not something that you can expel out of the body in one pill or one episode or one treatment, so to speak. You have to actually degrade the values of it slowly out of your body. So in other words, what you're doing is you're breaking these elements that don't belong in your body. You're breaking them down so that they're not loading your liver. Do you hear what I'm saying? Loading your heart. You hear what I'm saying? Loading your brain. Do you hear what I'm saying? Loading your immune system. So in other words, you have to degrade it, break it down, because this is a lot of heavy metals. So you're going to have to break it down and in order to expel it. So nano shell. Now I want to share this because there's a lot of buzz about nanotechnology. And every time that I have done research on nanotechnology, it ain't been good. And I know people say, well, that just means small in size. Well, look again. Look again at what scientists are saying about that term nanotechnology. So I found this word right here. So it's nanoshell, because this JJ was encapsulated in something called a nanoshell. Now, what is that nanoshell? What is it? It's a synthetic shell made of metallic. What? That is a heavy metal, right? It's metallic. So what are we experiencing? We got some of the same metallic stuff that is raining down on us, if you get my drift. You walked outside and you've seen any zip, they're playing tic-tac-toe in the sky. All right. They're certainly not writing Jesus in the skies. All right. Water, our water has this technology. If you go around and certain municipal supplies, you're going to find some of this metallic technology. Food, they're testing now such things as cereals and Oreo cookies and things like that, that have this nanotechnology in it. And of course, the JJs. That has it in it. And we must degrade the toxins, especially this graphene oxide. So we're going to kind of zero in on the graphene oxide, because as we deal and degrade the graphene oxide, we're actually going to deal with and degrade the rest of those components that are in that J. Okay. You with me? Write this down or snap a picture. because this is a salt bath that is very effective, because you want this to come out of your skin, because if your skin is your largest organ, your skin is a pathway of exit. It's your largest detox organ. And so if it comes out of your skin, that means it's going to miss your liver and brain and other vital organs of your body. And the reason why you want it to come out of the skin first and foremost is, you're fine, is because it does the least amount of damage when it comes out of your skin. All right, are you with me? Okay, so this bath salts is designed to activate your detox organ. It's designed to invite these elements, nanotechnology, metallic elements, graphene oxide, especially in the body, that doesn't really belong there, is a foreign invader, to actually take an exit plan, degrade it, break it down, and then give it an exit plan. So all of this has to work together. There is not, every time I did my research, there wasn't one magic bullet. Somebody says to you, there is one magic bullet that covers everything, run. Because that's just not how God designed the human body, to have a one magic bullet. Now, there are things that are powerful, that are things that are effective. And I'm not saying that there's not certain things that have a greater value than other things when it comes to your nutrition and to your health. But it requires very, very hot water. Just a note of reference, if you are pouring water that has chlorine in it, you need to get those little tablets. If you don't know where to get them, just contact me. I'll send you to a website to get the little dechlorinization tablets. Also, if you don't have the chlorination tablets, if you can get some vitamin C, powder vitamin C, that's actually what neutralizes chlorine. And if you don't have any of that, then just pour the water, hot as can be, shut the bathroom door. It actually vaporizes into trihalomethane, which is a toxic carcinogen gas. You do not want to be in the bathroom when it does this. So you want to exit the bathroom for about 15 minutes till it dissipates, open the door, release it, then you get in the tub, because the chlorine now has gone into a vapor, and then it's subsidized. It's gone. Does that make sense? All right. So, and you want to be able to activate your glands on your skin when you do take this bath. And you generally want to scrub from the outer extremities of your body toward working with your lymphatic system, up and over, and toward your heart. Does that make sense? You want to take from the outer extremity, you want to massage toward and work with your lymphatic system, and then toward your heart. All right, awesome. Write down your questions if you have any questions, and we'll see if we can get some sound. I can't tell you how important it is to drink lemon water, and possibly even add a bit of red mill or organic baking soda to it during the day. And even your Celtic sea salt, a dash of the Celtic sea salt, because this is very alkaline. So you're neutralizing things in the morning, especially. You're alkalizing things in the morning. You're emptying out the stomach, and you're helping the skin, you're helping the body to detoxify by just drinking lemon water. So the first thing that you need to do is boost your glutathione. So you might think, well, I can go have a glutathione IV treatment. They do provide that. There is quite a bit of evidence showing that when people were given a glutathione IV treatment, that's intravenous treatment, while they were very, 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 very sick with lots and lots of symptoms of the CC, it turned the situation around. So I'm going to share with you things that we can do that can boost the glutathione levels. And this is real important because when these invaders like graphene oxide and these nanotechnologies and these spike proteins are invading our bodies, they're actually becoming more prominent than your glutathione. And your glutathione is a natural antioxidant that your body makes on its own from your ATP. And your ATP is just a short word for a long word, 3 long words actually, that talks about your energy factories within the cells. So the first thing that I will share, and we'll give Denisha afterwards a testimony on the CoQ10, because you need to give the body precursors to glutathione so the body can make its own glutathione. So the Neolife CoQ10 delivers 100 milligrams of naturally highly bioavailable CoQ10 in clinically proven doses, exclusive Neolife mitogenic phytolipid sterol blend sourced from whole grain lipids and sterols known to support optimal mitochondrial structure and function. It also has L-cysteine, the rate-limiting amino acid needed for cellular biosynthesis of the mitochondrial protector of glutathione. That's just a bunch of scientific words, means you want to make sure you have sufficient amounts of CoQ10 in your body. And as we age, it goes down. By the time you're 25 years old, it's decreasing. By the time you're 65, you're only bumping it like 5%.
So how many tablets do you?
Just two CoQ10. So this is a known precursor to glutathione. Amazing. Strengthen the intercellular protective systems. Digestion begins in less than 2 minutes with our CoQ10, prompting rapid absorption. Neolife proprietary polyphenol blend, natural whole food source of polyphenols. Resveratrol is a powerful immune booster. Red grapes provide extra antioxidant protection to promote mitochondrial protection. So when you protect your natural energy factory of mitochondria, then you're helping to produce also the precursor to glutathione. Wow, that's amazing. So why do we want to make sure that we have sufficient amounts and we want to raise our glutathione? Because you have to raise your glutathione levels to cope with the invaders. And slide number 2, I listed those invaders: graphene oxide, spike proteins, nanotechnology, softwares of life, gene editing tools. All of those things are the invaders. So when the amount of graphene oxide exceeds the amount of glutathione in the body, it causes the immune system to collapse. Now, this happens too when you're under a lot of stress, because when you're under a lot of stress, a lot of cortisol is dripped. And when a lot of cortisol is dripped, it begins to eat away the lining of your stomach. It begins to eat away the lining of your intestines. This is why a lot of women who are going through a lot of stress have digestive issues. I talk with a lot of clients in the other, season of their life, and they'll tell me, about, they have IBS, or they have diverticulitis, or they have colitis, or they have some kind of itis going on in their digestive system. And it's because that they have not given their body enough nutritional support to continue to raise that glutathione level and to also bring down the cortisol levels. So at the age of 65, glutathione levels drops drastically. And this is why you've got diabetes, obesity, metabolic syndrome. And did you notice that glutathione is high in babies, children, and athletes. Interestingly enough, that was the group that was attacked the least from the CC. Got it? Wow. And it's because they have a lot of glutathione to begin with, but as we age, the CoQ10, the precursor, goes down to the glutathione making machines. So N-acetylcholine, that's NAC, is actually an amino acid, and a lot of the practitioners shared that you need to take that, but Neolife has the CoQ10, has the treonin, and has the protein shake because it is an amino acid. So NAC is a precursor to glutathione that comes from the L-cysteine amino acid. Now, what did I just share about the CoQ10? It had L-cysteine in it, right? I want y'all to catch that, because this is a huge buzzword. Oh, I got to go out and get NAC. This doctor says NAC. That doctor says NAC. How many doctors got I'm going to say this. Our CoQ10, you just saw it, has L-cysteine amino acid in it. Why? Because our scientists are pretty smart. And they knew to add that to it, because what is L-cysteine? A precursor to glutathione. Whoa. Wow, how smart was that? They put resveratrol in it. They put polyphenols in it. They put L-cysteine in it. And they put a CoQ10 in there. You know how many products you'd have to go to GNC China to get? And then you'd buy about 15 bottles and get zilcho, nuno, as Louis would say, trasho. So the next buzzword was quercetin, which quercetin is a what? It's a flavonoid. Was a flavonoid. It's not somebody that annoys you, but it's actually a flavorin. It's a flavorful, fanciful polyphenol. Cha-cha-cha. And why just take one when you can have the entire farm? You can have the entire basket. You can have the entire family of polyphenols, of flavonoids. So our flavonoids is diverse phytonutrients, contains flavonoids, representative of all flavonoid classifications. So they have all the classifications occurring naturally from human whole food sources. Exclusive blend of flavonoid-rich extracts and concentrates is derived from whole cranberries, kale, green tea that's been decaffeinated, beets, elderberries, red and black grapes, oranges, lemons, grapefruits, and vitamin C for natural absorption. Oh my goodness. Now, why would you want to buy one when you can have 4,000? That's like saying, hey, I'd like to go to the bank and I would like to say, do you want $1 or $4,000? You want the whole family, right? You want the whole package, right? Well, guess what? Our flavonoids, this is one of our pioneered research formulas, has been tested in the National Cancer Research Institute, shown to slow down the reproductivity of an irregular cell by 90%. Woo! That's something to shout about. All classes coming from nutritional whole foods. So we need that in our bodies to boost our what? Our antioxidant levels. What is a flavonoid? It's a water-soluble antioxidant. Absolutely. So it's going to work on what? Degrading the invader called graphene oxide. Wow, let's keep rolling. This is pretty good. We're on a roll. Order at the border. Now, this is really important because remember what I showed you, that nano shell, nanotechnology, metallic, which is a synthetic shell. So this J is actually encapsulated in a nanometallic shell. Ha ha. Well, so you're going to have to reestablish order at the border. Yeah, because there's a little chaos going on if you've got graphene oxide running around, if you have nanotechnology running around, if you've got some lucifers running around, if you if you've got some, all right, you get the picture going on here. So on May the 2005, an article in the Human Nutrition and Metabolism identified whole grain oils, now nearly devoid from the average diet, as anti-cancer dietary components. What? That's in 2005. How long ago was that? 19, yay. Yeah, almost 20 years ago. So in 2007, a meta-analysis study, a study of the accumulation of evidence, concluded that the need for the whole grain nutrition is so acute. How acute is it? It's really acute in the population that government efforts to promote awareness should be doubled. The research further concluded that the process of refining grains, removing many biologically active agents, including fiber, vitamins, minerals, lipids, sterols, and other compounds, is actually affecting your health. What? Okay, this is pretty plain, very clear. These biological agents influence cardiovascular risk through effects on glucose metabolism, lipids, lipoproteins, endothelial function, other mechanisms, potentially accounting for much of the observed benefit of high intake of whole grains. This was from the Wake Forest University. Well, where can you supply the body's needs for these whole lipids and sterols? Neolife has the only formula that supplies this need right here. They call it biological agents. Isn't that funny? I took this out of the science. They call it biological agents. Wow.
That's because most of their stuff's gonna be synthetic.
Exactly, biological agents. So what is the tray it in from? Rice, soy, and what? I got it right here. Wheat germ. Very good. Wheat germ. Wheat. Because that is where God put those amazing sterols and lipids in nature. Wow. And we are the only ones that is supplying the desperate, acute need for it. Wow. The real brain is your border that keeps order in every single cell. By the 1950s, researchers realized that cell membranes not only served as a mechanism to separate the inside from the outside, but also functioned highly selective filter that facilitates transport systems, controlling nutrient entry and waste removal. So if you can increase nutrient entry and increase waste removal, you're going to have less rodents, right? You're going to have less spike proteins. You're going to have less graphene oxide. You're going to have a less nanotechnology. You're going to have a lot less lucifers running around. From that point, we began to recognize the importance of specific and membrane function, energy production, metabolites, secretion, biochemicals, manufacturers, hormones, enzymes. So in other words, this was just being birthed in the 1950s of the importance of, well, we used to think what was inside the cell was the brain. Now we're figuring out it was the border was the brain. So in the mid 1950s, a group of Southern California doctors investigating the possible cause of patients reporting chronic fatigue drew a connection between the absence of these whole grain lipids and sterols and reduced cellular energy production. The research led to a concept of liquid lipid supplementation made from whole grain wheat, rice, and soy, the solution to chronic fatigue that gave rise to Neolife, Tray-It-In, grain concentrates. And that's how our company birthed forth, because we gave rise to a need and we had the science to back it, 10 years of research on this. Amazing. So this is how Neolife was given rise. So I'm going to show you a chart right here, a graph and a chart that talks about Neolife has the clinical studies that makes the difference. The most compelling demonstration of the positive effects of lipids and sterols and training grain concentrates was a study conducted in 1987. And guess what? They did another study in 2003. But in 1987, this study compared the effects of TRANN use in the test group to a controlled, double-blind controlled group. The test results were not only helpful, but they used the word dramatic. When science uses the word dramatic, we need to listen. Because we ain't talking about drama, we're talking about a scientific breakthrough here. So a healthy cell has a solid membrane and a blue light around it. Now, this is really important because what is luciferase? It is a false synthetic luminous light. Did you hear what I just said? What is nanoshell? It is a false synthetic metallic luminous light. Wow. What is the real light from a healthy border is generated, and it is a blue light. What does the word of God say? The hottest fire burns from a blue light, a blue flame. So you can see here, I'm going to just shift this around here and let you see how these charts were that cardiovascular improvement, nutrient utilization effectiveness 50%, and then overall growth and development. They actually showed that a child in vitro developed better and healthier when the mother took TRANN. Wow. And the child grew healthier, was taller. Wow, taller and healthier and stronger. Wow. So it plays a part even in a child's development. Whoa. So we need to take back your border. The graphene oxide based nanoparticles used in the CJ are designed to penetrate. This is real important because this came right out of science. Designed to penetrate the membrane of the cell in order to get the mRNA into the cell. This causes cell membrane deformities. This is real important, according to the lab clinical hematology at the Open Education of Alberta. Wow. So it's showing right here that the first level of destruction, stealth, fighting, deceiving, destruction, was to penetrate a healthy cell brain border, to access through the border. Defects that cause an imbalance between the membrane, cholesterol, and lipid content, affecting the lipid membrane layer, creating deformities in the cell. This is why you have an absolute explosion of the C word of irregular cell reproduction. This is why we have an absolute explosion of all these metabolic syndromes right now, because it creates a deformity in the border of your cells, your brain of your cells. It creates a rigid membrane, limiting the cell's ability to detox and receive nutrition. So our TRANN has the power and the ability to take back the border. Do you hear what I'm saying? So that you can reestablish a healthy nation within your biology. Wow, this is huge. This is huge. When I saw this, I was like, oh Lord, I've got to share this. So The next is talking about how to keep your immune system levels high, because every bit of this that I described in slide 2 is designed to degrade your immune system. So we have to keep it high so we can degrade it and then give it an exit plan. Carotenoid power. Wow. So we got CoQ10. We've got Tray-N, and now we're going to talk about the carotenoid. Derived from tomatoes, carrots, spinach, red peppers, strawberries, apricots, and peaches. Clinically tested to boost your overall immunity 37% in 20 days, enhance immune response of white blood cells, natural frontline killer cells, lymphocytes, reduce oxidation of cholesterol, thereby promoting a heart health. And it's a protective factor of 500%. Boost antioxidant levels in the blood for long-term cellular protection against free radical damage. So what is this nanotechnology doing in the body? What is this? Spike proteins and graphene oxide. It is degrading the cells. It's degrading your immune system. So you have to power pack it back into the body and say, oh, no, you don't. Not today, say. And you got to push it up and push it out. 37% immune capacity and just increase in just 20 days. That is amazing. I had to say it twice. It was so amazing. Then you want to make sure you're going to have all 22 amino acids. And how are we going to cover our bases of all 22 amino acids? Kind of like the buffet here this night. Then you got to take a protein shake from Neolife, because there's not another protein shake out there that I have found in 11 years that has all 22 amino acids. So the protein shake is quite amazing, providing 22 amino acids, providing pre-digestion, providing vitamin C, 25 essential vitamins and minerals. And so it's a power-packed meal that you're not going to get at McDonald's. You're not going to get at Wendy's. You're not even going to get it at Burger King, and you're not going to get it anywhere else. You get it here. It costs less, a whole lot less than a McDonald's meal. And you're going to actually lower your medical bills, and you're going to increase your health and your lifespan. If you increase your health, you increase your lifespan, generally speaking. Right, makes sense. Sure does. Minerals. Now, why is minerals important? Because minerals and antioxidants work to build the body's natural systems to support the glutathione and to keep the levels up. So we degrade that spike protein. We degrade the nanotechnology. We degrade that graphene oxide.